Hi, welcome back to My Life with Plants. My name is Newman, and today we're just going to have a quick look at this Echinopsis eyriesii, which is a species native to southern Brazil and Bolivia. So it started flowering last night. We're going to have a close look. Look at all those filaments full of pollen and that big, almost octopus looking stamen. These plants can get quite large. Any singular stem or the cactus itself can reach up to sizes of 30 centimeters high by 20 centimeters in diameter. So it's no small cactus, and it does have a tendency to offset and form big colonies. But check out how long those nectar tubes are. I mean, this thing puts on such a display for its pollinators, protruding their inflorescence right up high, because in its native habitat this particular cactus grows in quite wet biome during the summer, so it can receive quite a bit of rain during the summer, and of course the winters are dry. It's sporadic rain during the winter, so it's much drier, and it tends to grow beneath shrubs or in long grass. And I think it has evolved to flower like this because of the fact that it does grow in amongst long grasses, and probably that could be a factor. The longer the flower could protrude amongst the grasses to display itself amongst other competitive plants that may have also beautiful flowers, gave this plant its ability to reproduce perfectly in its habitat. And not only that, these flowers are so huge. So I put my hand here for a comparison. So nothing really can be a comparison for this unless it's an epiphyllum. Epiphyllums can get much larger with their flower size, but the epiphyllum and Echinopsis are almost identical in every way. To the naked eye, you wouldn't really be able to tell the difference. They're almost identical, except epiphyllums are, of course, tree-dwelling cacti, spineless tree-dwelling cacti. They come from the tropics, from Mexico going south into Colombia and Venezuela and all those countries, and they also have fragrant big flowers, and I love them too. So this plant has been with me for many years. It still has a long way to go to become a giant of a specimen. It has had its ups and downs. We've had some monsoons, and I've had it out in the rain where it's gotten soaked too much and it's lost some root system. And then it's just been very easy to take it out of the pot and clean up its roots, put it in dry mix and wait till it roots again, so no big problem. It's very tough. You can overwater it. The worst that'll happen is it just loses some roots, that's all. But check out these flowers. I mean, if you're a person who loves plants, then you must have Echinopsis. And also, if you're a person who loves orchids, these particular cacti do really well in your collection of orchids. They almost have the same requirements, and they grow actually in amongst orchids and grasses and shrubs in southern Brazil into Bolivia. So they do love humidity, and they like to dry out between waterings, and they like a dry winter. Let me just take a step back here. Yeah, look at that. I collected this plant from an overgrown specimen that was utterly overgrown and falling apart. It had so many offsets, and some of it was on the roadway, and it was an unkept house that had no owner, kind of abandoned property. I would never take anything from anyone's property, but this one was abandoned and it had the plant overgrown, and still then I couldn't take the larger pieces because I just felt I still had a guilty feeling, you know, behind it. But these particular tiny little bits that were no bigger than that little tiny offset, they'd kind of come off onto the roadway or the path, pedestrian area. So I just picked them up. And that was many years ago, probably over 15 years ago. So this one could be 15 years from a little tiny bit. But this is one of 3, because as it grew it produced offsets, because they do that even if they're smaller plants, and I grew those on. I've actually got too many now. I just wish there was enough people out there that love these. And I'm pretty sure if I took photos and showed neighbors, they would get attached to them straight away. Pretty sure. They just don't know they exist. It's a nice tidy plant, and it is growing south facing balcony, which is full sun. You can see it here, but it's down in the shady area, so it's right under the eaves. Yeah, I'm going to take some photos of these so I can also download them so you can enjoy the photos. Anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, just so as you know when the next videos are coming up, so I can share more with you. Anyway, have a good day. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, looking after your plants is not a chore, it's part of your self-care. And until then, bye bye.